All right, welcome everyone. I am so excited to kick off our mini challenge here right before 2026 starts to help you launch your business, plan out your year. As you can tell, I'm recovering from a little cold, so my voice might sound a little bit different, but trust me, I feel fine. I probably sound worse than I feel. And the show must go on, right? We are just going to keep on going because this is my favorite time of the year. I love this kind of week between when like things get back to normal next week at the beginning of January, and then we're celebrating New Year's and just kind of planning out the year and thinking through the year too, and like not rushing the plans and like creating a really good plan and coming up with more ideas. I don't know about you, but the last few days I've just been like I've been recovering a little bit from a cold, so I've just been like resting a little bit more, and my brain's just like been thinking a little bit more without all like the activities rushing around, doing all the things with the kids. So I'm excited to do this challenge with you. This is partly why I do it, so I can do it with you and get all organized for the year as well. So, let me share my screen with you again. Let me know where you're from. We were chatting before we hit record here, so I got to meet some of you all in the comments already. I'm going to share the link to the document today in the chat, so go grab that and then tell me where you're from in the chat. We have Crystal here from Pennsylvania, Vivian from Georgia, and Nkechi from Ghana, one of our certified career coaches. Tracy Garner from Virginia is also another one of our certified career coaches. Welcome, everyone. Catherine is here as well. So as you join, let us know where you're from. Brenda, good to see you from Tulsa. Catherine from Arkansas. So good to see all you guys here today. Antoinette, Marilyn, and Barbara from Chicago. Angela from Minnesota. I bet it's cold there today. Okay, good to see you all. Okay, so let's dive in. We are going to help you create your launch plan, hopefully just in 30 minutes. You know me, we might go a little bit longer, but that is the plan today. My goal really is to help you get clarity, get focus, get confidence, no more complexity. That is the whole goal. No more hustling, no more last minute scrambling, no more random launches throughout the year, just kind of not having a plan. We want to actually launch the right way, launch your business, whether you've been running your business for many years or whether this is the first time you're launching, maybe you're launching something new in 2026. So, what we really want to do today, the whole focus today is to give you a simple launch framework. We're not going to talk about marketing, social media. We're not going to get into the weeds of what you should, the marketing activities yet. That's coming because we have 2 more days of this challenge. Today is really to give you that big picture view, which is going to help so much. You're going to know what like the year looks like and what a launch actually is going to mean for you. So sometimes there's small launches, sometimes there's big launches. So we're going to go over some like some of the different types of launches you can do in your business. Whatever you sell, today is going to help you kind of put that plan together. When you have a plan, when you know what you're going to launch, when you know when you're going to launch it, it's going to reduce stress. And it's also going to help you build up that that know, like, and trust factor with your audience. So you're not like always selling, but you're also helping as well too and serving people as you go. So that when the doors do open to whatever it is you're launching, they already know, like, and trust you, and they already know you're an expert and you've already built that relationship with them. And that is the best way to sell because it is fun to sell that way as well too, to solve problems and to help people. So we do want to help you build fewer launches into the year, but more successful launches. That's going to reduce your stress. So I'm like you, very, very busy, lots going on. And so it helps me when I'm not launching every single week of the year, but I can take those rest breaks too. And kind of like, this is one of them, right? This is kind of like a rest for me this past week, completely off. There's these rest times, and that kind of builds up so that I have the energy and the excitement to do the launches into my business and to really serve you all. So we want to have more income and less burnout. That's kind of the simple way of launching. Um, so let me know in the chat. Let me know what you're launching. Would love to know in the chat what this year is going to look like for you, what you're excited for as well. Mama Pam's here, Karika, Phyllis from New York, Karika from Winnipeg. Good to see you all. What is it that you want to launch? I know a lot of you already want to launch online courses. You want to launch maybe your one-on-one coaching programs. Maybe it's a book. Let me know what it is that you're planning to launch. Maybe it's a coaching program or some sort of group program. Barbara wants to launch her new books with companion journals. I love that. I love that. Now, the good thing about the launch plan we're going to talk about today is many of you guys know because you've been around here for a while. Maybe you took part the last 90 days in our membership. We did our 90-day magic income streams boot camp where we went over how to build multiple income streams in your business. So if you've done that with me or you've been around here a while, you know I recommend having those multiple income streams in your business. So you don't have to just pick one. Okay, Nicole's going to do a one-on-one coaching course. Brenda's going to do group coaching. Anita's going to do a paid decluttering challenge. That sounds fun. Perfect for this time of year. I was just telling my husband like the junk drawer needs to be decluttered before the new year. I'm tackling. We're not going into the new year with the junk drawer the way it is. Um, Catherine, mindset for horsewomen with journals, Mom Pam, a group challenge. These are all so fun. Okay, so let's make a plan. Karika, career coaching program. You know, I love that one. Okay, so when we can do all these things and we can build in multiple streams of income, we have a whole year to work with. And so the first thing that I like to do when I plan out my year, and like I said, I am doing this with you. That's why we're here today, because I need to do it myself. So I'm like, it's more fun if we all do it together. So, if any of you took part of our 2026 annual planning challenge, you know, we walked through this template and we're gonna talk about just strictly launching when using this template today. Now, you can fill in, you can go through our workshop and do your goals for the year and all those things. But the thing that I want to focus on today that's specific to launching in your business is each of these quarters is going to have a focus. Each of these quarters is going to have something that you're launching. So, quarter one is going to be January through March. We're going to think through like what is it that we want to launch first in our business? What is the most important thing that we can get up and launch and focus on in quarter one? Maybe it's two things, maybe it's one thing. If you're just starting, I do recommend one thing. And then quarter two. So then we have a whole month, and you don't even need to actually launch something. Maybe quarter one is just kind of building engagement and building excitement and gathering, email subscribers so that in quarter two, April to June, that's maybe when you launch your product. Now, I will say if you can launch something in quarter one, I highly recommend it. Quarter one is a fabulous time of year to launch anything. People are excited. It's a new year, something new. They want to make goals, they want to make changes. So this is a great time to launch something if you can. I highly recommend doing it in Q1. Once we get to Q2, we go into summer, into June, right? And things do get a little bit more quiet as the kids get out of school, parents are busier, it's summer, you want to lay by the pool, the beach, you got the good weather. So Q2 in my business, as we go into June, does tend to be a little bit quieter. And then especially as then Q3 hits, that's July, August, those months, I am doing kind of smaller launches. I'm not going to do anything big in July and August. But I will lead up into then September every year is going to be a bigger launch. In the fall of the year, that's when people are ready to get back to routines, systems. They have a few more months left before the end of the year. So I do highly recommend, having some sort of launch in September and then also go out with a big bang. Q4 is also a fabulous time. You can throw in a Black Friday sale, some end of year sales as well too. So I definitely recommend having a good launch in Q4 as well. So that's kind of the big picture overview. You can make a copy of this, save it to your computer, and then edit it as well too. So then you can edit this and you can you can either print it out. I have it printed out. So I have I have like a little clipboard that I carry around. I have it, I'm just taking notes as like things come up over the weekend. I like have ideas. I just kind of jot them down. And then I'll do another revision of my annual plan and my quarterly plan here in a probably before the new year starts or maybe on January 1st. So that's the big picture here. So you want to take this, you want to kind of map out what you're going to launch in those 4 quarters, kind of jot down some notes, write down what are those things that you want to launch or what are those things that you want to focus on in each of the quarters. All right. Any questions so far? Um, awesome. I love all your ideas. Okay, so that's the first part. Pam's going to launch a challenge in Q1. Highly recommend. Let's just get the year off started, right? Let's launch the thing you want to launch in Q1. We have plenty of time. We have 90 days, and we're not even in 2026 yet, so you still got time to plan it right now. Okay, so that's the overview of the year, overview of kind of the quarters, what you're going to launch with, when, giving you kind of that big picture plan. The next thing that I do is I get out my launch calendar template. Um, and a lot of the mistakes that come with launching happen because of the timing of your launches. You don't plan out your launches well. Maybe you're just thinking of January and you're not thinking of the whole year. So this is kind of, once again, we're looking big picture at the whole year. So these are 2 examples of the whole year of what you can launch in each month. Now, there's a couple things I want you to focus on. I highly recommend just one bigger launch per quarter. So, like I said, our Q1 is January, February, March. I don't want you to do a big launch in January, February, and March. In this example, we're doing a big launch in January, and then February and March, we're just kind of coming back down. It's kind of going to be those smaller launches. Um, a big launch is going to be something that you're going to use a longer runway to build into and build into your open cart. So maybe you're going to do a list builder. You're going to post on social media. You're kind of going to build into that bigger workshop or bigger thing that you're going to be launching. Maybe going to be like your core offer in your business. And then your smaller launches can be webinars. It can be a challenge like this. This I put together last week. This did not have a runway. This did not have a long roadmap, a long plan whatsoever. This is something I would consider kind of like that smaller, fun little launch that's added into your business. It means less promotion. We're not doing ads to this. Another example for a small launch would be like a flash sale, a Black Friday promotion, or just any sort of special smaller promotions in your year. So in this example, I have that in February, and then in March, I like to do kind of like a spring sale. It's always fun. Maybe it's selling like a digital product, a book, you guys, a planner, something like maybe different from like that big thing that you launched, but everything that's kind of leading into your core offer. Now, here's what I want you to notice about these colors here. Purple, big, okay? I'm not doing purple back to back. There's some breaks in here. There's also breaks for creative downtime. For me, it's usually kind of like that July, May, maybe a little bit in December for the holidays. Those are going to be that time that I need just for rest, for ideas, for a creativity. As a busy mom, it's where I spend time with my family. And then I'm also going to have these smaller live webinars that I do. I'm also going to have these just sales. August, and even in July, I could still have a sale, but I could pre-schedule the emails for the sale and pre-schedule the social media for the sale. I don't actually need to be on camera doing anything like this to have like a flash sale. So that's something good to remember too. If you are going to have a period where you're going to be out of pocket, you can schedule those things in advance. This is another example. Big would be like a January launch into a group coaching program, and launching that same one then again in April, and then launching it again in October. So that's 3 launches for like a main core offer for the year. And then um, February, August would be kind of those like free webinars, March, September, and November would be those kind of smaller spring sales, maybe email only, less promotion, and then having kind of like a small December, June launch. And that way you can kind of space out when big launches take a lot of energy. And so we don't want to be doing big launches all the time, but we do need to have times in our business where we kind of take we like my big launches, I am doing sales calls in during that time. And sometimes I have like 6 calls a day, even more at times. And those weeks are just like I block them out for sales calls and they're just really busy and I'm posting online a lot. And so I can plan that in my calendar and I can make sure I don't have like I lead some stuff for the kids groups that I run and our homeschool groups. This year we started a nature club with the kids. I lead a homeschool group in my own home actually as well too. So I make sure I'm not doing any of that stuff those weeks. Those weeks are like all in classy career girl business, sales calls, posting on social media. I block out that time in my calendar. So that's why it's important to plan ahead so that you can block out all the other things in your life and really focus on giving your best, serving people, answering questions, and being there for people to help them decide like, is this program right for me? Okay, so those are the templates. Um, the other thing that you want to do, and we kind of talked about this, is figuring out. Let me know if you have questions, by the way. We have time for questions and we're not done. Um, you want to identify what your primary offer is going to be for the year. And that's going to come back to what you put on the top here, this year's goals. What are this year's goals? What is the vision for this year? Where do you want to be by December, by a year from today? Like, where do you want to be? From there, that's going to help you figure out what is that main core offer that's going to help you get there. If you have a major financial and income goal for the year and you want to be making 10K months by the end of December, then your core offer probably isn't going to be a book because that's going to be hard to get 10K months. Maybe it's going to be a group coaching program or a one-on-one coaching program or both, launching those both through the year with a digital product to help you get there. So that way you can kind of match your goals to your quarterly planning as well too. Now, we're going to pick one primary offer, two supporting offers. So this could be a digital product, that could be a book that's going to help you as well to lead into your primary offer. Now, very important to know, I get it. There's seasons of life. Some are busy, some need to be a little bit more relaxed. So align those offers and your launch times with the busy seasons of your life, with your energy, with your revenue goals as well. Um, and the other thing that I have for you, this is one of our worksheets that we have from our corporate rescue plan, which is our membership to help you go from employee to entrepreneur. So if you haven't seen this, this is in the launch planning phase. So this is in phase 3 of corporate rescue plan if you're already inside. And in this training, we go over like the different phases of a launch. So if when you come to plan this big live workshop, maybe you're going to lead into this big live workshop that you're going to launch your main product. Maybe it's one-on-one coaching or group coaching. In the beginning, this is what most people miss. In the beginning, there's these phases of your launch. And in the beginning, you want to make sure that you're building trust. You're sharing your mission, your beliefs, your values. You're just like getting to know people. That is a phase most people miss, as well as phase 2, which is sharing case studies. So people that you've helped. If you haven't helped people, that's a great Q1 goal, is to start to build up the social proof, the testimonials, the case studies that you have. So we want to be sharing those before we open cart, as well as we want to be teaching people why they need your product. We're going to talk about this tomorrow when we talk about your social media plan. This is awareness content. This is making people aware of why they need your program, your product. This could be because there's certain mistakes people are making, or maybe there's mindset beliefs or myths that people think. All of those things are great examples of why people need your product. And we have to do that teaching before you open the cart. The other thing that we need to do, we're not just going to send links out and try and sell, but in your launch plan, you want to have time where you can schedule an event and teach people live, like we're doing right now, going through content together. That's free. This is free right now. Um, and this should be scheduled in advance to get people excited to continue to build trust and relationship with them. This is all done before you open your cart. When you open your cart, then people are excited to buy. You've developed that trust and relationship with them, and you have that cart open for a limited time. You close the cart, and then you wow your customers and help them achieve success. So that is like the big picture of like kind of like a big launch. And this is why you do want to map those out, not back to back. You don't want to overload your year. You want to build that margin into your calendar so you're not always hustling. There is time for hustle. We will make sure there's time for hustle, but we also want to make sure that we're not overloading ourselves into burnout and then quitting. So, your homework today before tomorrow's challenge, so it's same time tomorrow. Your homework is to go through your launch calendar, put, when you're going to launch certain things into your year. Most important is to figure out what you're going to focus on in Q1. Because on day 3 of our challenge, so on Wednesday, we're going to talk about Q1. We're going to talk about 90-day plans. We're going to talk about what you're going to do first. We're going to talk about marketing and social media and how all this goes together, how to sell on Wednesday as well too, and kind of build out like how you're going to, the how, right? Like how are you going to actually make this launch plan happen? So that's your homework. Review your launch calendar, figure out what Q1 is going to look like for you. And then tomorrow is going to be all about social content that converts without posting nonstop. So we're going to help you plan content that connects, converts, and aligns with your offers. You're going to get my 3 proven post types. I want to go through it right now, but I got to wait till tomorrow. And then you're going to be able to brainstorm ideas that drive action. So you're going to have like your first 30 days of your marketing plan, your social media plan, all done, all set, all ready to go. And like I said, I'm going to be doing it with you. And then you'll also get our social media planner as well. Now, speaking of doing it with you, let me create mine with you. Because like I said, I haven't done this yet. So this is what I would do if I was you. I would make a copy of the launch calendar template, make a copy, and I'm going to call this Anna's copy. I'm going to put it in my drive here. Yes, in my drive. Okay. So this is going to be Anna's copy. So just like you can't edit the one that I shared, because you have to make a copy and save it to your drive. So you can put your name on it, save it to your drive. I won't have access to it. No one else will have access to it, but that's how you can actually be able to edit it. So I do this every year. So I'm actually going to put 2026 so I don't get confused. And if you have questions, just post them in the chat right now. All right, so here's my year. All right, first I gotta delete all this and give myself blank space here. Otherwise I'll get confused because I kind of know. So the good thing is if you do this year after year, it's gonna become easier. It's gonna become you're gonna kind of get into these routines. And so you're going to know when you're going to be launching certain things. So I know right away, this last year, we condensed our career coach certification program into 90-day plans. So 90-day fast tracks. So our career coach certification program, you have a year to graduate, but you can do it in 90 days. And we've had many of our coaches do it in 90 days. So I now launch career coach certification every quarter. So I know in January, I'm going to be launching certification in January, in April. I think I'm going to launch it in June because I don't like launching in July. So I'm going to do like an early mini. This is going to be like more of like a mini certification launch. I'm not going to do a big bang. It's just going to be a mini. And then we're going to do another one I can't remember if I do it in September, October. Yes, in September. I'll do. So these are my big launches. This is going to be a big, oh, not big, 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 and big. And this is going to be a mini. So I will color code that. Let's see. We're going to do, oh, I can't do pink because the headers are pink here. We're going to do purple. All right. We will do certification purple here. And I'll do purple there too because that's a mini. Okay. All right. I feel better already. I don't know. Once you get your core, the certification is like my core offer. Um, Once you get that mapped out, it makes you feel better. I'm like, oh, okay, I got this. I can do this. Um, and then the other things that I will launch then throughout the year will be my corporate rescue plan membership. That is my other offer, and those are kind of like my two offers that I will be focusing on this year. In the back end, I will be writing a book, but I don't think we will be launching that this year. Actually, I know for sure it will not be launched this year. So I'm not going to put it into my launch calendar, but when I do my 2027 launch calendar, that is probably when the book will actually be launching. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I am in the early stages of book writing. So I'm going to do in February, I will do right now, I'm not quite sure what. So this is good for you guys to know too. I don't know exactly what the promotion's going to be in February. I mean, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking I got to figure that out. But I do know that I'm going to be having a CRP. I will have a webinar to promote Corporate Rescue Plan. I'm going to do that in August, in May, and October and November. And then this in CRP, this is I'm gonna do more of like a 3 day, kind of like what we're doing right now. I like to mix up like webinars with like a kind of like a 3 day workshop. I'm gonna actually do that there. And then this is just gonna be a flash sale. I'm gonna be out of pocket in July with the kids. It's summer, it's crazy. So I'm gonna just do like a 48-hour flash sale in July. Um, and that's kind of it. I mean, that is all you need to get clarity on kind of what the year looks like. My next step is to flesh out a little bit more about. I know what my big certification offers look like because I am now at a point where we can kind of rinse and repeat. Because I've launched career coach certification so many times. I have emails, I have assets, I have social media posts. Like I kind of know what that looks like. My other CRP launches are going to be probably new. Since it's a membership, we're always creating new things every single month. And so I'm going to those promotions need me to think through a little bit more, spend a little bit more time on them, what these webinars are going to be. But does that help you guys kind of see how you can plan out your year? Um, yes, Hanny. Okay, so let me share the link again because yes, if you did come late, you missed the link. So I shared the link. The link takes you to this agenda, and then I've linked here all these links. And then just remember to make a copy. Um, if they're like a Google sheet, you're going to make a copy to your own drive. All right, Nicole says, why would we choose launching over having evergreen courses, etc.? Okay, so good question. Now, I'm going to be launching evergreen courses as well in here. So that's why this is a good question because this will probably be a digital product and you're still going to need to launch it. Okay, so even if you have a course, great example. Right now, every single day I'm selling an evergreen product. I'm selling my 2026 annual planning workshop. Um, you still need to launch something, even if the course is all digital. It's not live. I've already recorded it. It's already on the website. You still need to plan and put some sort of promotion around it. Now, that could be for us, we're doing some ads. So that's part of the marketing strategy. I guess you could say it's hands off, but it's not really because you're still doing the whole marketing strategy for the advertising campaigns as well too, and like working through that. And Even if you're selling, like highly recommend having evergreen products, but you still need to plan them into your year, how they're going to fit into the big picture. So if I have, my big hands-on, thing that I'm launching, like career coach certification, maybe the next month I'm going to launch an evergreen course because that's more hands-off. It's easier, it's lighter. I don't have to spend so much time on the launch, but I do need to prepare and plan for the launch. So just because you have a digital product or a course on your website, that's not unfortunately just going to sell it. We have to still provide marketing around it. We still have to post on social media about it, even if it's an evergreen course. Um, Evergreen courses are great because you just do the marketing, you make the sale, and then you have already put it all the fulfillment done. So they're getting the emails, they're getting all the things. You don't have to actually do the fulfillment live, but you're still going to have a launch plan around it, especially if you have multiple. Um, so say for example, you have three digital products. You're still going to want to plan out in your year, do a launch plan like this, and plan out which month you're launching which of those courses. And then you're going to want to, when we talk tomorrow about your marketing plan, this is going to make your marketing so much easier. If you're struggling with marketing your social media, having this launch plan helps you see what you should then post on social media, your blog, your podcast, wherever you're posting content, because it's going to lead up into whatever you're promoting here. Okay. Um, yes, thanks, Jasmine. Evergreen Course is a self-paced course that is always available for enrollment. Thank you for looking that up for us, Jasmine. Sometimes, we speak in words and you guys don't always know what we're talking about. So thank you for sharing. Okay. So you have all the links, you have everything that you need. Make sure you join us again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you are a Corporate Rescue Plan member, you get access to all of the replays if you're not able to join us live or if you want all of the notes. The other thing that we are doing, if you aren't able to make the live sessions and you're not a member yet, we have, and even if you are a member, I wanted to share this with you guys too, because we have a high conversion marketing 90-day boot camp that is starting on January 1st. And it's going to be inside of Corporate Rescue Plan. So if you are already a CRP member, write CRP in the chat because I know we have some members. We also have some certification students here as well too. And so you guys, if you are in certification or if you are in CRP, you get access to all the replays plus our 90-day high conversion marketing boot camp. But if you are not yet, we do have a special deal happening now. It's only $19 through the end of the year. So you can join for $19. You get access to all of these recordings and all of our tools and templates and paths to go from employee to entrepreneur. But then you also get our high conversion marketing bootcamp. So listen up if you are a member or not yet, this is what is happening. We are going to help you over the next 90 days, the first quarter of Q1. We're going to help you create a repeatable marketing system. So you created the launch plan today. Now, how do we actually sell those things? How do we create the marketing? What do we post on social media? So over the next 90 days, we're going to help you build those leads, build those sales, build those marketing habits so you have a conversion focused sales process. So this is for everyone who is always asking me marketing questions. We will have every single week for the next 90 days. We will have a special video for you that walks you through how to build sales and your marketing. So in the beginning, our first phase, so in the first 30 days of Q1, so in January, we're going to help you put the foundation together. So this is going to be figuring out, what your core message is, what your positioning is. We're going to help you create marketing that feels natural, not salesy. And then we're going to help you create a realistic daily and weekly marketing rhythm. So you have these kind of habits built in. Once you have these habits, it's easier. And then we're going to help you create your marketing plan as well too. So that's what's happening in January. And then in February, that's when you're going to start to create your marketing system and start capturing leads. No more random posting. 2026 is not the year for random posting. We don't have time for that. Everything has to have a plan. And so we're going to teach you how to use AI to become your marketing assistant to make creating content easier. I'm going to show you how I do this so you can do faster content creation with less mental load. And then we're going to teach you about turning your ideas on into posts, emails, offers, how to repurpose, how to create consistent content without burnout, and burnout. And then we're going to help you with conversions as well too. So how do we get those people that follow us online? How do we get them into becoming paying clients? And so in March, then our phase 3 is getting those sales and conversions going and scaling your business and how to turn those leads into paying clients. We're going to teach you how we have a course about the sales machine. It's a simple process that brings in leads and paying clients. We're going to go over how to create a flash sale strategy. So we talked about how in July, that's what I do. So I'm going to give you all the tips on like how to do like a 48-hour flash sale. And then we're going to give you all of our sales call scripts, my weekly calendar. So when I do have those launching times and it's really busy and I'm doing all those sales calls, I'm going to give you my scripts for those sales calls and how I plan out my weeks and my calendars for those busy launch seasons. And then we have training on how to improve your sales call presentation skills. And then at the very end, we're going to talk about how to scale this, what's working, what to repeat, and really how to build a sustainable marketing and sales engine. So by the end of Q1, you kind of have all of this practical marketing and sales knowledge. It's all of our, all of the practical marketing and sales bootcamp training that you need to really grow your business. So I put the link here. You can click that. That's going to take you, if you are not already a member, it's actually on the bottom here. This is going to take you, I will put it in the chat here. Okay, I put that in the chat. If you are not a member yet and you want the 90-day high conversion marketing bootcamp, as well as all of these recordings so you can watch again, and all the templates and tools, this is how you get it. You can join for $19. And then after 30 days, you continue your membership for $39 a month, or you can cancel anytime. So the bootcamp is going to close December 31st. And if you do join today, you also get an opportunity for me to review your 90-day plan and your annual plan. So that way you know what to do. I can review your launch plan as well too. That's probably the best thing to review after we've created it today. I can review your launch plan. I can review your annual plan, your 90-day plan, whatever you want me to review. That is also a bonus if you join us today as well. Barbara said, that just made me smile. No more random posting. Yeah. Please no more. It's better not to post. I feel like it's too busy. Life is too busy. We have to have a strategy. We have to have a plan. I have a checklist, carry it around in my handy clipboard. It is my Instagram checklist. So when I have my, 10 to 15 minutes of Instagram time, for the business each day, I just look at that and it tells me what I need to post. It tells me what I'm promoting that day. And so I don't have to think because there's a lot going on in my head. Like I need systems and strategies to make things easy. Oh, look at you. Okay. Angela says CRP, Pam CRP, Nicole CRP, Pat CRP, Nikechi certification, and CRP Nikechi. You're in both. If you're in certification, you get CRP as well too. So yeah, you guys all get all the recordings and everything that we got. Okay. Questions. Yes, I see some questions coming in. Okay, let me take a sip of water. All right, Brenda, I'm coming for your question here. Okay. She says, can you share how you decide when to offer a multi-day experience like a 3-day intensive versus a single workshop? I would mix them all in. Now, I'm assuming that we're talking about a virtual, something like this, 30 minutes a day, although we're now going over 30 minutes, but that's okay. I block out an hour for you guys. So a 3 day. So what I love about a 3 day is like we can actually dive deep in 3 days. When you just do one single webinar or workshop, we can't go as deep. I've actually given you a little bit of homework. I'm encouraging you to think about this a little bit more before we meet again tomorrow. And there's also the opportunity that someone on day three, can watch all the replays back to back and like do this all together as well too. So that's kind of what I think about. I like to put them all into my launch calendar. So when I showed you my launch calendar, there is the opportunity for kind of like those 3 days. Someone goes really deep with you. If you come to, you should get a reward, basically. If you come to all three of our days, then you're going to be so set for success, right? Someone who's gone through each of the things 3 days in a row, been with me 3 days in a row. We've really built the trust and relationship. You know, you need to get in the membership because we can do this all year round if you're inside the membership. So that's what I kind of love about like doing this every single day. It's easy for me too. It's like same time every day. I love doing these. So that's what I love about kind of those 3 days. But of course, I mix in, I have a lot of just like free webinars in there. Let me get mine. Um, yeah, so I had a 3-day workshop was going to be in November. Webinar is really easy, or just kind of like a 1-day workshop because it's just a one-time thing. You can send the recording out if you want. You just do it one time. It's pretty easy to fit that into my busy life. Just a 1 day is probably easier to fit than 3 days in a row, right? So yeah, that's my answer to that one. Um, what are the strategic and financial benefits of designing it that way instead of offering standalone workshops? Um, well, you're getting 3 days of sales, rather than just 1 day. So that would be a financial benefit. And like, yeah, I think I kind of went over the strategic ways. If someone does the work and gets wins in 1 day or in 3 days, if they see the value, then they're going to want to work with you and take and do your next thing. Do you ever recommend paid live workshops? Yes, I do that for my every year. If you guys joined our annual planning workshop, that was a paid live workshop. $27. We do it every single year. So those are great. If it's a paid live workshop, you're going deep right away. I usually do 90 minutes and then I can turn that into 4 modules afterwards. It's recorded and then it becomes like a 4 module mini course. Um, and the way I like to structure paid workshops is that there is a workbook or a worksheet. There's something that we're actually completing by the end of the call. Um, I obviously could have charged for this as well too. So that's why I do kind of like to mix up, have some paid workshops for people. But I like to do free stuff too because, some people might not want to put money down until they start to get some wins and, start to see that you know what you're talking about. And so they'll join your free thing, but they might not be ready to pay. Okay. How do you determine how long to keep the cart open and how it relates to the amount of money, that amount and type of marketing you do before and during the launch? So the best amount of time to keep your cart open is about 4, sometimes 6 days, but like 4 is just a really good open cart amount of time. I'm keeping for this launch, this kind of mini launch that we're doing, launching our high conversion marketing boot camp. So it's Monday and it's closing Wednesday on December 31st. So that's just 3 days. Um, so shorter is easier because then, there's obviously a lot more energy that I'm giving to this because, there's 3 days, there's open carts, I'm gonna be posting about it. I'm sending an email, I'm preparing for this workshop every day. I'm doing it every day with you guys, answering your questions. So yeah, that's why I kind of say like a 3 to 4 day thing for our career coach certification. Now, if you have, I mean, my career coach certification, that is like kind of like a larger price point. It's a larger program. It's a certification. And so I do have a larger time period of open cart there because I'm doing sales calls. I'm not doing sales calls this week for this kind of mini launch for our corporate recipe plan membership and our boot camp. But yeah, that's if you're doing sales calls and I kind of have like a higher end product, then I would recommend kind of having kind of maybe a few weeks where you're open and you're those few weeks you're doing like as many sales calls as you can, and then you're closing and you're starting the program together. Okay, I'm going to put the link one more time for you all in the chat. If you've joined us for the high conversion marketing bootcamp, let me know inside of Corporate Rescue Plan. I'm super excited. Like I said, you can join us for $19. That's all it costs to get started. And then if you join today, you can also have me review your launch plan, your annual plan, your 90-day plan. We're going to be doing those reviews as well, so you can get my eyes on it and kind of give you some feedback. And all you have to do, just click this link at the bottom. That's going to take you to our order form, and that's going to take you to everything that you need. So you can enter your payment details, your name in there. It's going to tell you everything that you get as well too. You get our 90-day boot camp. You also get all of our employee to entrepreneur accelerator training, our whole success path that walks you through how to go from employee to entrepreneur, all of these recordings. So launching, doing your launch calendar, you can watch this training again if you feel like you like need to watch this again. And then if you're a member, we also have a community on Slack. So if you are a member, I'll be posting the recording immediately into Slack. And then we'll also make sure it gets on the membership site as well too, on the recordings page. And we're also going to do the 90-day planning challenge as well too. So we also every quarter have a 90-day planning challenge as well. So that's coming up, and we're going to tell you guys more details about that next week as well too. Okay, any other questions that you guys have? It's been so fun to go through this with you guys. Thank you for joining me live. Thank you for dealing with my voice being a little weird today as I recover from a little cold. But like I said, I think I sound worse than I feel. And so we've gotten through it. So I'm excited. Brenna says, how do you help someone? Where did it go? How do you help someone get over the fear of getting on video and doing lives? I feel like I need to get visible this year once and for all. Yes, Brenda, it is your year. Well, what we did today is a great start, and we're going to talk more about video and social media marketing tomorrow. So it's a perfect lead in, Brenda, to meet me back here, 12 p.m. Eastern, tomorrow, Tuesday. Um, but as far as getting over the fear, what always helps me is remembering that my audience has a problem that I know how to solve. And since day one, since I started my blog, 2011, it's always been about showing up and helping one person every day. If that's a post, if on Instagram, if that's a Facebook post, if that's a blog, a podcast, a video, it doesn't even have to be a video. But I'm just helping one person every day. That mindset, I still have it today. We're here today. There's more than one of you guys here. Hopefully I helped one person. But that's just always kind of in my mindset is I'm just helping. I'm here to help, to serve. And if it's doing a video, um, for me, it's having a very clear agenda. We have a lot of training on that inside of Corporate Rescue Plan as well too. Just helping people with that one problem. Having a really good hook and a structure and an outline. Like I'm an introvert, so I plan beforehand. It is not completely natural for me to talk and to lead presentations and get in front of people. So I will always plan out like an outline beforehand and I will have that on my screen. You guys see that today. We have an agenda. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm prepared ahead of time. And that's what helps me is like there is a plan. I know what I'm talking about. I know it's going to help you. I'm excited for the content. I'm excited to do this with you guys because I know you guys need this. I know I needed this. I still need this myself. Um, and it's being excited about the content as well too. So I think it's figuring out, and this is a really great week to kind of think through, like, what is the content that you're excited to help people about? What are people always coming to you asking you for help with? What are things you've learned that you want to help other people with. Um, what are those things that are scary for you, but you know that it's going to help you get to that next level. It's going to be a little uncomfortable, but you know you have to press publish and put it out there. I will tell you, for me right now, it's writing. I started with a blog. I've kind of not been writing lately as much as I used to. So I just started a Substack and I'm like, I'm just gonna be writing and trying to get into that consistent habit and press publish. But I will tell you, I've pressed publish on a few of them this past week. And it's scary. It's scary to put yourself out there. Talk about kind of a different thing that I've been talking about on my main blog. Because Substack, I'm talking about like motherhood and I'm talking about finding your calling and, kind of a little bit different than what we've talked about today here on my blog. We're talking about business, we're talking about 90-day plans and marketing and all that stuff. And so I get it. It's hard, but I think for me, it's knowing that there's like someone out there that needs this post. They need this content. They, are in the place I used to be. And I wish I had someone telling them these things or showing them these things. And when you can think and kind of get out of your head and like start getting in their head and start knowing that you're there to serve and to help them, that's what gets me out of my comfort zone. Okay, Pam says, thank you, Anna, for pressing through despite being a little under the weather. You're so welcome. Of course. I told you, I feel better than I sound. Probably sound terrible. What is your Substack? I'd love to follow along. Thanks, Nicole. I would love you too. um, it's just Anna Runyon. I think you can find me just on Anna Runyon. I don't have the exact link. I'm not that well prepared on Substack yet. I don't even have the link ready to go. It's not even available to link to you, but I think if you just search my name, it's just my name. Like you can just find my profile. Pam says, I've been hearing a bit about Substack lately at a blog on my old website. I felt so vulnerable hitting publish. Yes. That is it. And that is how I started too, was like, am I gonna publish this thing? Like, do I really want anyone to read? Like my mom was like my first subscriber. Um, and so yeah, it's scary, but it's also the thing that you need to do. It's the thing that that other people need and that you need to put out there. So like, Brenda, like think through that. What are those things that that you like people ask you about or you wish someone had told you during those times? Like for me, I'm speaking to like that new mom. I have an 11-year-old now, right? I've been a mom for 11 years. So I'm thinking through like what do I wish that someone would have told me 11 years ago now that I have 3 kids, right? Like, what are those things that I've learned? What are those, things that I wish someone would have told me or been with me as I was like going through them, feeling so alone. So that's kind of the thing that I've been thinking through is like, how can I serve that person? And also, this is a big one too. When you're thinking of content and creating content, we have to kind of get out of the mindset of like how do I make money from this as well too, right? Like you're thinking through it as like how can I serve someone? How can I help someone? And that's what's going to build that trust and build that relationship. And then, be able to provide you more input so that you can start to build those products and offers that they need. In the beginning, you don't really know what they need. You don't really know what that offer is going to be. But as you start to publish the content, then you start to get the questions and then you start to get the feedback, and that helps you kind of see what those problems and challenges are. So selling then becomes easier because you basically create an offer that's exactly what they need. Awesome, Pam. She says, I'm a published author now, having contributed to 5 to 6 book anthologies. I definitely have to get back to blogging. Not finding your Substack. Okay, well, I'll send it in the email that I send out next. So you're going to get an email from me tomorrow. That's going to have the all the information for day 2 for social media. So I'll make sure that that email has the link to the Substack so you guys can follow along. Thanks for your support. I think my voice is going now, so I will rest up for tomorrow. Thank you everyone for joining us. Join us tomorrow. And then also join us for our high conversion marketing bootcamp in Q1 inside a corporate rescue plan. We'd love to have you. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a good day.